Well, not like to tell that.
Yeah, but we should be.
By the way,
assuming Amber doesn't get spotted.
Slight out of character. Have the party who are the who have just arrived on the scene? Have we been pretty much updated on everything that has happened in the previous session?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
thanks.
that depends on how much you spoke with Jalen.
Oh no, Jalen and I were talking, but Jalen didn't tell me much.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Anyway.
I haven't really shared my side either, but I think Amber's not going to.
Yeah.
Alright. Still feeling bitter about it.
All right.
Ivan would be the type that would tell the rest of the party everything that's been going on. Owen and Amber would be silently fuming.
Where's my... There he is. I was gonna get upset.
Oh, there we are.
Alright, so Amber, Jalarum, and Faithern and Lucid also walk in.
I look to Ivan and Owen. Where's Simula?
You can ask Ivan about that.
Ivan?
Please don't hate me for this. She needed some time alone, and I felt we should have given it to her.
You!
Amber, leave it be. It's not worth losing your mind over.
I'm
Smoke is
sorry.
billowing from my nose right now.
I'm sorry.
That was arrogant and risky.
Just call me too trusting. Call me a person who just thought we could all be friends, I guess.
Ugh, this is why I like you so much. Stop it! And I march over to the bar.
I hate you, Senpai!
And so the barkeep looks up and he's like, boy trouble?
You have no idea!
She very gently pushes an ale a mug of ale to you. On the house.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Do we really want to have a
It? Oh no!
Metagaming goes.
All right. We can assume that Ivan would be talkative enough to inform the rest of the party of everything we've been doing since we got split up. So we can assume that the rest of the party has been caught up on all the little intricate details.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, so I gotta put you all around the table because that's probably what's gonna be happening.
Thank you.
Or are we all going to play cards?
Are we gonna play Red Dragon in?
Stop it!
No.
Stop it! Stop it!
Actually, I wanted to. No, I was gonna talk to Cross like, hey, well, why don't we go over to bar? Why don't we go over to the bar? We haven't really talked in a while, heart to heart.
Yeah. And you know, I also Simula walks in.
Hello.
Oh, good, she's okay.
Oh, you're having a group meeting without me? I thought I was part of the group.
I move aside and offer her my chair.
Oh,
Simula?
thank you.
Just being caught up.
Yes.
Hey, Simula, you feeling okay?
I feel.
Well, we just
Actually, yeah, okay, yeah, this would actually work better talking with Jailer and first then setting up the... Okay, yes, this will actually be a perfect segue, okay.
Alright.
Sorry, this is a very RP heavy thing.
I said this was going to be an RP heavy session.
No, I'm loving it.
Hi, to your finest golden nails.
Well, at least you asked me for a drink this time.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I am terrible. You guys are horrible influence on me. I'm gonna point that out now. Back to the game.
not safe for Blissey.
Not safe for me.
Thank you. Leave a 3 gold piece tip for her.
I don't.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let me just. Okay, so that's 2. I'll pay for the rest when we say how much it is. Cross. I don't think we ever actually the longest time.
Oh no, we've just been on opposite sides of the world battling. Oh, what was it I heard? Something about a T-Rex on your side, Frostwind Virago on our side, and a Chimera, having to deal with some ancient mummy or whatever.
Yeah, that's a story and a half. Yeah.
I'm aware.
So, what's been on your mind lately?
Sigh. Okay, well, do you want the long version or the short version?
Just go abridged.
I've had to do things recently. Things that I'm not especially proud of. Then again, that's par for the course for me. Well, my half of the party either A doesn't trust me, B thinks I'm a traitor, or C wants to rip my throat out. I've had to take steps. Steps in a direction that I feel is necessary for me and will be necessary for the party, but I don't think they understand that, well, the few that don't, the few that do but don't like that. I wish it was easier. I wish it was easier when I was. Sigh. It's so much easier. Back then it was so much easier when it was. I had those who would listen to me and would not question me.
You know, I don't think you've ever talked about your little battalion. What were they like?
The best family I think that I ever had. Aside from my own parents, who didn't really seem to care all that much. My family was my crew. Let's see, it's been a while since I thought about them, but sigh, they were all good people. They were all good people that I didn't choose. They chose me. I didn't have to recruit them, they found their own reasons to join me. Daricus, Bluro, Lithara, Sylvie, and Serenity, my wife.
Quiet, Claire.
Group of... Oh, wow. That actually,
Look, there are two fandoms I can go with. For
That's interesting, because I also had a group of 5, including myself.
Probably thought I was a squatter of sorts?
Brigade. A, dishonor brigade. That's what we called ourselves.
Cute.
Yeah, we were a group. We made money doing jobs no average humanoid would do. Espionage, bounty hunting. We did the dirty work. We did the good dirty work for Gatlestown.
Something akin to a suicide squad.
Not necessarily. Well, not exactly, but there was a bunch of us. We had, who was part of, let me think about. Actually, you met one of them already.
Did I?
Yeah. He is in Gatlestown. You purchased their...
Yes, the blacksmith.
Yep, Waltzam Tomo. Although, well, Waltzam, we called him Waltzam. His actual real name is Richard. Let's see, who else was there? There was Sylvester Volante. He was a monk. Razorclaw monk, actually. Shifter. There was Benjamin Wisetrack. He was a halfling sorcerer. He basically made all the tinkerings and gadgets for us. Then one Murphy Reschke, a half-orc barbarian. He was our, not too bright, but he could pack a wallop with his great club.
Well, I think that's what you'd expect from a half-orc.
Yeah, well, each one of us had, like, our own quirks. I mean, oh my god, I remember, like, my favorite quest of ours was, well, you remember how pleasant Gatlestown was when you first arrived?
Let me guess, it wasn't always that pleasant?
Oh no, Gatlestown was anything but. Even though even though my mom brought prosperity to the town by pilfering half of Directian's wealth, others saw that opportunity to reap the rewards. One Lord Albus Windbreath was the absolute worst ruler I've ever...
Windbreath?
Yeah. Like, he was to be perfectly honest, he's worse than Simula. His guards were a nightmare. Like, you get in trouble with the quote-unquote law for simply looking at a soldier funny. Ugh, that was nothing compared to the inflation. Windbreath taxed the town for pretty much anything. Alcohol, food, protection, clothing, potions, property, breathing. No, really, there was a tax for breathing if you ever entered the same space as you.
Yeah, I could actually imagine that. People who have that kind of power would put up whatever laws they wanted. So,
as a, opportunity of to top my mother's accomplishments, the Dishonor Brigade managed to pilfer about 75% of the Corrupt Lord's tax surplus.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be about, let's see, that was about 3 years ago before I met you. So given the change in gold inflation, that would be about 50 million gold pieces.
Wow.
I'm sorry. 50 million?
Oh yeah.
That's no small bargain there, I don't think I've ever gone after something like that. I don't think we've ever made that much altogether.
Nope. Oh, I was so, like, the 5 of us were so proud of what we did. And like 2 years later, we performed a hit on, 2 years later, we ended up performing a hit on the guy, on Windbreath because of illegal imprisonment. I took in I basically did the killing blow.
Ah, that sounds like you.
Oh, it felt so good, and we managed to put in a new lady who I don't think we actually met. Her name is Roselia Alpenwhisper. She's the lady in charge of Gatlestown now. Man, I haven't seen these guys in the longest time. I mean, Walter runs the blacksmith. Benjamin and his wife Penny actually own the town store, although I don't think I saw them. Murphy's on night watch, working for the tavern. I haven't seen Sylvester in years. Rumor has it he settled down with his son elf, and now he has 2 kids. No idea where. And you know where I am. As I do, I finished my first pint. So,
I just chugged mine down blank at once. Cough, cough.
we have to do anything?
Or
Just drinking.
We just finished our drink. Shall we? Are we completely buzzed?
one drink isn't gonna make you tipsy.
Alrighty.
I lean over. Another round on me, please.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
So,
At least you have the luxury of being able to see them.
yeah, whenever I could. What? I know this is a little prodding of me, but what happened?
There was. Cross kind of looks like he's reliving sort of what happened, and there's just this blank look on his face at first. Stress sigh.
Hey, if it's too much, you don't have to.
No, I feel that's a story I should tell everyone.
So,
But
I can tell you at least that our team, well, my team I should say, there was. You remember back in the labyrinth, right? Where I was still adamant about trying to find a way to clear the guy's name and bring prosperity back to the town.
yeah.
It wasn't the first time I had to do something like that.
Well,
I remember, a couple years ago, my team and we were going after this rogue. He was an orc rogue by the name of Proxo. He was a serial killer.
jeez.
And he had a way to shapeshift and blend in with villages, kill people, take their spots, mostly going after money. And we finally caught him, but we ended up doing so in the middle of a festival, and in the process we ended up wrecking the place. We caught him. Unfortunately ended up killing him, but that wasn't our fault, and we were ready to leave, and in fact Adrakis was adamant on leaving. He did not want to be around because he did not want to incur the wrath of the townsfolk. Lurl, though, was serious about wanting to try and fix it, and it was the first time I'd seen those two really argue. Lurl and Adrakis had some marital issues, I will say that much, sort of was Serenity, and I kinda just laughed at.
Oh.
But we ended up putting the town back together. We even performed in the festival, and it just made me realize that, when it comes to everything, the bigger picture is the most important thing. It isn't just about the day, the time, the place, just the one singular moment, because for those, that one singular moment could be the greatest moment of their life. For me, it was my wedding. For them, it was their everything. It was their festival. It was their time to enjoy everything, but that was the last mission that we ever had before.
Yeah.
I have to tell them. I think it's time I tell them.
Alright, well, Cross, before we do, I noticed the bow you have is different from your normal one.
Yep. Simula gave it to me.
Is there anything you want to tell about why you think Simula can help?
Sigh. I think maybe it's my fatherly instincts, or maybe it's the fact that I see so much of the past in this situation that things just seem to be lining up. It's like deja vu. There's just some part of me that thinks there is a way to fix this, there's some way to get through to her. I can feel it. I've made some connection, I can't tell what it is, but it's something. It's like, I've thrown a rope into that darkness and something is tugging on it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I have something. I have some lead, but in the process of me doing that, like I mentioned before, it seems that it has caused a fracture. It's making me go down a path that I'm all too familiar with. The part of me wants to go down this path. If I do, I don't know what's going to happen. The fact that I've already been down this path and I've been through all of this when I was the Black Arrow, I feel like I'm relapsing. I feel like I'm going back into old habits. Those never really died, or maybe I never really left. Maybe I never really hung up the cloak. Maybe that was just an outfit, the Darlin Tolly.
No, you're not the only one that's going through some demons at the moment. You know, I told Amber this. There is an option for myself to become quite a formidable foe in battle. I could hide in plain sight, become resistant to poison. I could incapacitate opponents or insta-kill them. But if I do, I break my promise to Rose, to Jaminia, as I can't as much as I want to. I'm 95% there, and I can't perform the final act. If I perform that last requirement, I cannot go back to who I am now. A tear starts to fall from Jalram's eye. I would have to kill for the sake of only to become an assassin. It's the toughest decision of my entire life. Even tougher than throwing my dad's offer right back in his condescending face.
You have a choice. I didn't. I am already far, far past that point. Don't make the same mistake that I did. Yes, I know it's tempting, I know it's right there, it's right in front of you and it's calling to you. I know what that's like. Don't do this. I'd rather not have someone end up like me. If I can stop that, I would, but I can't control you or your,
Just promise me to weigh your option. I don't want to see anyone I care about hurt, because we put our needs before the team.
It's tough. It's beyond tough to try and debate what is the right answer because sometimes the best answer is not the right answer, or sometimes the wrong answer isn't the wrong answer.
There's that moral gray area.
That's where I've lived in for years now. It's hard for me to distinguish exactly what is black and white anymore.
Well, I'm glad this, I'm actually kind of glad we had this conversation.
One captain to another.
Didn't really say, actually, I wasn't actually a captain. There was no leader. We were just...
Doesn't care and just wants to have a toast. One figurative captain to another.
Alright.
I would consider you a captain.
Pay the barkeep. How much do I owe? How much do I owe the barkeep for the drinks?
Just 5 gold.
Okay, I'll subtract another 5, so that'll be a 380. Alright. As I walk away,
Oh my goodness.
just so you know, Cross.
You look to your right and you see that Amber has already downed 5 mugs and she is...
Sigh. Oh lord.
Oh, good gravy.
Oh boy, this will make the story very interesting.
And I'll get Owen to help out. But
No, I got her. I'll take her.
all right. Well, just so you know,
Take my dragon, please.
I just saying as I turn across, just so you know, it doesn't take a magic bow, magic ring, or even a wizard's hat to know you belong in this group.
I got that reference.
All right. I walk over to Owen. It's like, I think we're gonna need a little help with Amber. She's kind of plastered.
All right. I sit back down between Jumna and Simula.
I don't think Ivan has the
Thematically appropriate.
capacity to carry Amber.
I do not need carrying. I am fully capable of walking out myself.
No, we can at least help you.
Don't touch
You
me.
can plop her onto Shiloh. We can drag her back up to the room.
I can transform and walk on all fours makes you feel better.
Jaminia walks over to Faither and... Mind if I sit?
Okay.
I'm bigger than you. You can't pick me up.
But I can try.
Well, I could make myself bigger than you and pick you up.
Is that a challenge, little dwarf?
Oh my goodness.
Woman, I will create water over your head in about 2 seconds. Get on the freaking dog. We're going to bed.
He's so tiny, Rose. Look at him.
Yes, quite amusing.
Okay, so between several of us, we are taking Amber up to her room.
I am not a baby. I can breathe fire. Whoa, where are we going?
Oh.
Don't worry, we're taking you.
That's right. They're being good friends.
Will there be more drinks where we're going?
It's like Jaminia shouts after you. Make sure you lay her on her side in case she throws up.
I know.
I'm a dragon. I can handle my own.
Oh, actually, Simula, I don't think we ever had an actual chance to talk.
Well, first we want to do I'm gonna do a conversation here.
Okay, go ahead.
I figured that we were focusing on Faye and Jaminia first. There we go.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
You find anything interesting?
I'm just reading some more into the grimoire.
Find anything interesting?
Just a couple spells. There's one I might actually be able to do, so that's nice.
I do want to talk to you about something.
We're talking.
What you said earlier about saving me. You weren't talking about healing, were you?
No, I wasn't.
She rests her head on her hands and tilts her head as if she's waiting for you.
When Heronius gave me this book, do you remember what he said?
Not exactly, but I know the basic gist.
That there's nothing he can do to avert your fate, but that your friends can.
Yes.
There is a spell in this book that and she looks up at Jaminia and just stops. Nothing.
It's like Jaminia folds her arms. I remember it was you who got the angriest at me hiding something.
I know.
And are you going to do the exact same thing? Because we all know how that little venture ended up.
There's a spell in here that might be able to free you from your ties to the abyss.
She widens her eyes. I believe I misheard you. What did you say?
I'm going to show her the grimoire.
All right. She looks at it, and after a couple minutes of looking at it, she puts her hand to her mouth. I see. Yeah, you are wrong about one thing. It's not that I'm not tied to the abyss. I'm tied to the 9 hells. So.
But even so,
This. It's a very powerful spell, and there are a lot of caveats here.
yes, there are. And one in particular that I don't think I'll be able to cast this spell, no matter how much I want to.
And why is that?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
No, tell me.
No, I shouldn't have gotten your hopes up, I'm sorry. And I'm going to have Faye run out of the tavern.
Hey!
Well, whoa, what just happened?
Huh?
A similar conversation maybe have to put on hold. Hang on, I gotta go after her. Alright, I'm going after her.
Oh dear.
Okay.
The party is fractured enough as it is. And we are barely hanging on here by a thread.
1 second.
I looked to Diagus Simulac. How are you holding up?
I'm holding. I'm not collapsing.
That's good.
Something.
Finding new cravings recently.
These are always fun.
Just usually the same things. And yeah, just the usual morning sickness, usual cravings.
Well, at least you're doing alright, which is good, I guess.
Alright being the operative.
Yeah, pretty much. My wife used to have, what was it, every morning, without question, she would demand fish. Doesn't matter what kind of fish it would be, just fish, every morning, and she told me a month before that she told me that when this was all over she would never want to have fish again because she could not stand it even though her stomach was demanding it.
And I'm eating chocolate. Well, pregnancy hits us all differently. Of course, you know me, I'm a tiefling, and we don't get pregnant that often. Usually we die before that happens.
It's a very rare occurrence, but I hope that when this is over, that your child, even despite the circumstances of this happening, you still care for that child.
Yeah. Right. Okay, gonna have one more conversation.
Yeah.
And that's going to be...
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
I guess we'll save that question for another day. Hey. You shut up over there, you drunk dragon.
Alright.
This is my bottle too, so it's perfect.
Traveler and Faye, what are you doing?
Faye's staring out at the water. She is really, really upset.
Faye, what happened?
Alright.
I shouldn't have told her.
told her what? What's going on?
When you asked me if I was upset over something in the grimoire, you couldn't have been more right. There's a spell in here that Haronius entrusted to me. Sanctify the wicked. It might be able to free Jaminia from her fate to fall into the abyss when she dies.
Jalrum's process this. Is this solely because of her tiefling bloodline?
Yes, like what happened at the well.
So this is what Haronius meant when the time is right, essentially.
I'm going to show him the spell.
Okay.
All right. Give me 1 second.
All right. Thankfully, I can't cast anything outside of a magic wand.
It's in your journal. It's under the books and papers folder.
Okay, one more word to. Thank you. Okay. Oh, thank you. Geez, powerful spell.
Very. He entrusted this to me. Why? Why would he give this task to me, of all people?
Because you're the smartest one of our party.
Smarts have nothing to do with it. Read what it says, Jalrum. It can only be cast by a being of pure heart. He entrusted me to cast a spell that you need a pure heart for. I never thought I would think a god a fool, but he entrusted this to me?
Maybe he does see purity in you?
A pure heart. Someone like me. I am anything but a pure heart, Jalrum. Anything but. I am a wretched, twisted woman. The things that I have done in my life, without regret, without remorse, without a moment's hesitation. And even now I look back on those memories and I don't regret any of it. Someone like me is supposed to be able to save someone like her. Someone who I owe everything to. Do you remember what I was like when we first met?
Yeah. I'm fairly sure Lucid knows.
I didn't respond. I barely felt. I didn't even care about anything. I didn't even respond when the warden slapped me across the face. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I had to shut myself down entirely to be able to live with myself and to be able to protect myself from how I felt. I hate myself more than any other being in this world, Jalrum. And I know that I am not a good person. And I'm supposed to be able to cast this spell. I'm supposed to be able to... My heart, my twisted, broken, demented itself. It's going to be the barrier between Jaminia and the fate that she truly deserves.
I go up and hug Fair Theron. It's gonna be alright.
How's it ever going to be alright?
Well, have you met our party? We always find a way around this.
That's not how it works with spells. A spell like this, you need a pure heart to be able to cast. What am I supposed to do? To give the spell to Simula? You think she'll be able to do something about it?
I don't know.
I shouldn't have said anything to her. Now she knows about the spell, and I can't even tell her why I won't be able to cast it.
Jalrum, roll a listen check.
Okay, we gotta get my stats page up. On. Oh, nat 20, good.
Well,
Nice.
Nice.
Wow. You hear sobbing coming from behind you.
Oh, who's listening in?
I have only one guess.
Oh no, is it Jim?
Where is she?
There it is.
Hi.
Jaminia.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Jam, I know I claim myself to be the voice of reason of this group.
Shut up.
But
That's all, folks.
but I think you know what you probably heard everything that Faye said, and I'm not sure this is going to be. This is like this puts like everything in perspective, like what everyone's going through. Crosses, demons, mine, Faye's. I wish like I knew what to do in this situation with someone who's. How do we determine? Like, how does Heronius determine if one is pure of heart? I'm clearly I'm at a loss here. Like I don't pray to Heronius. Hell, I barely pray to Erebin.
Jiminya looks down. This sort of thing is something that is best answered by him via a pilgrimage.
So, do you?
If I know my God, he would ask any who would follow him to perform some sort of great act in his name, do something that he stands for.
But I don't worship Heronius. I don't follow Heronius.
Well, if it's law and justice, right? Or something like that.
Yes, he is a god of righteous war.
If you know so, well,
I've gone on this sort of pilgrimage before, and I do know one thing: people can change. For that, you can be tainted by your past and even your ancestry, but people care about. Just because you are tempted with bad thoughts, just because you have evil thoughts, it doesn't mean you did something wrong. I live with these thoughts every day, and would you call me an evil person?
No.
Not for an instant.
And I heard what you said about you hating yourself for having bad thoughts. So why do you not give yourself the same courtesy that you give me?
It's not for my thoughts. It's for the way I've lived.
So, I'm a believer in redemption. People can change. I've seen criminals after a near life sentence gone on to be the most charitable people imaginable. I've seen paragons of virtue fall and become corrupted by money and pleasure. Anyone can be good. Anyone is capable of great good, and anyone is capable of great evil.
What about someone who has never been either? Someone like me, who always walks in the middle because she doesn't know where she stands. She doesn't know who or what she even is.
Jiminia places her hand on her shoulder. Maybe you just need someone to show you the right way. You can't do it. Not everything can be found in a book. Sometimes you need people around you to point you in the right direction. Would you say that people are flawed? People are hopeless?
I would say that people are stupid, but they can become smart.
Exactly. And the thing is that there are beings above us who know what the right path is, and we need to listen to them because we are the ones who make the mistakes. They are not. He gave you that spell for a reason. For the life of me, I can't figure it out, but it's not my job to figure that out. It's my job to trust.
Fairthorn turns and stares back out at the water again.
Don't stare too much. We do have an early morning.
Mm-hmm.
Jiminia turns to go away, but then stops. Oh, by the way, I remembered what I came out here for. I've been thinking about the spell, and I do want you to promise me something.
Huh?
It's going, and please don't yell at me for this. Please don't hate me for this. But this still needs to be said. Should you get all of the requirements, should we find a diamond, should you purify your heart, I want you to use the spell on my sister first.
I perk up at that. Do you think that's what it meant by what the Mommy Lord said when the she-devils turn?
That's exactly what he meant. I knew it as soon as you relayed his words.
Here's the thing. I will be all right for a while, but Simula, she's lived a life without ever being able to feel love. And for the life of me, I cannot comprehend such an existence. I believe that she needs it more than I do.
Life
Should I roll sleight of hand so I can hold hers?
No, you can just do it. You can just do it.
I hold Faitherin's hand. I just hold her hand. Hopefully she notices.
She does notice, but she doesn't really respond.
Can you promise me that, Faye?
I promise.
Jaminia smiles and gives her a hug. You're on the right track. It's going to take a bit of work, but we can do this. She goes back in. I'm coming back down in 20 minutes. If I still see you here, there's going to be words.
I'm older than you.
I think I am too, but that's beside the point.
No, Jiminy has a tendency to lie about her age.
I suggest we go inside. It's the least we can do. As I know, I'm still holding it. Everything's going to be fine. We will find a way.
I want to go home.
How about just some rest for now?
All right.
I lead. Jalorm leads her in.
All right. So you all go inside and you all go to sleep.
Worst words we ever want to hear.
Yeah.
Who boy? What the?
Oh, hold on a second.
Wellity. Looks like we're not done.
Oh dear.
Cross, you find yourself upon a throne in a magnificent palace.
What a miss.
You are dressed in casual undergarments, but they are clean and pristine. Behind you is more treasure than you've ever seen in your life, and Jalen, who has tripled in size. In front of you is a display case. What do you do?
What the? Where am I? What? Okay, either I'm dreaming or this is. No, why does this not feel like a dream? I slowly stand up and go to the display case.
That is so big.
You look in there and you see a longbow. It's what this longbow does is that it increases your attack rolls by 15 and it also has the explosion effect on it.
I pause for a moment and start looking around, then I turn around and see Jalen almost jumping. Startled breaths. Okay, snake roll spritzer, I think that is a lot of. That is, okay, I turn back and slowly open the case and take the bow out.
Okay. You also see your armor in there, and this armor actually, and it's also your armor, and this armor, it boosts your armor class to 35.
What is all this stuff doing here? I pause before slowly taking everything out and putting everything on. Comfy, I'm surprised it fits, but what is it even doing here, and what is this place? Okay, shivers down my back, that's probably not a good sign either.
You see someone walk in.
Boy.
You see her stroll up, sashaying her hips as she does.
Is that you, Simula?
She walks up and gives you a peck on the cheek. We won.
We did?
I gave you what you wanted, and you gave me what I wanted. We got back to Directian. We defeated Arkoth. Sure, your friends hate you, but all of them, including others you care about, are safe, Cross. They're all safe. Would you like to see it? Would you like to see your accomplishments?
Yes. I would. Why does this feel so real? It's all of that just a dream? Is everything just?
I'm scared.
This is fascinating, though.
Oh no!
Oh.
Hold on a second. Where is the...
Bottom right.
There we go. I see it.
Bottom right.
Oh.
Where is that?
All right. You look down right next to you, and you see Shiloh in armor and sitting very politely.
Nice armor. I go over and lightly pet Shiloh's head.
He doesn't respond.
What are you doing down here? A guard dog, I guess, of the establishment? Okay, something is very, very off. I can't put my finger on it, but something. He follows Simula.
Simula beckons you.
Alright, where is everyone?
You pass by Rose.
Huh?
You notice that Shiloh is growling at her. And over her cell is the head of a minotaur.
What the? Rouse, where did you?
She turns her head to look away from you. You walk up. Owen, you see that he is undergoing the water torture.
Oh, jeez.
What is...
Over his cell is the coat of the Frostwind Virago. To the left, you see Jalaram. His fingers are broken. And over his cell is black-colored wood. To your right, you see Ivan. His mouth is sewn shut and his lute is broken. Over his cell are a pair of dragon claws. To your left, you see Fair Thurin, trapped in an anti-magic glyph, as well as Lucid. Over her cell is the tusk of the Nightmare Beast. To the right is Amber. You see that she is starved, and a very familiar collar is around her neck. Over her cell is a petrified tentacle of a kraken.
This isn't safe. This is... Simula, what is this?
You wanted them to be safe, but there was one particular problem. They tried to stop you from helping them to be safe. So you had to stop them. You took a risk because you had to. They couldn't be trusted to do the right thing, or the smart thing. You knew what was best, didn't you? You knew what had to be done.
What about? Hang on a second, I look over at Lucid. What happened to Lucid?
Oh, he's fine. Just a very gilded cage for a very pretty bird. You walk by Jaminia. She's bound in chains and is glaring at you in hatred. Over her cell is the head of Starjay. The bloody horse wouldn't cooperate.
Jeez. We're entering Stephen King levels over here.
Cross is kinda just silently taking all of this in, but he's in a state of shock in the process.
Oh.
And now for your greatest triumph.
That's the warden.
You see Arkwith Wormwood chained to a wall, and you hear soft whimpering. Doesn't it feel amazing? Being on top, the dominance, the freedom to make all of the decisions that enter your whims. I know I do.
Sharp inhale and exhale. He's not dead. Why is he not dead?
Oh, I figured that we should wait for it. I just wanted you to see something first. Behind the warden is a blasted landscape overwhelmed by fire. Giant hulking creatures, misshapen and coated in flame, prowl across the landscape, engulfing anything their incomprehensible forms touch.
What are they doing here? I thought our plan was to stop them from invading this land.
She looks to you and said, "This was the plan from the beginning. Did you not listen?" She pulls out the Demon Bane sword and hands it to you. End him. We no longer have any use for him.
No, this isn't right. He should be down there with the rest, just suffering with the rest of them. He shouldn't. You can see and feel Cross clenching onto the sword though.
You've gone this far and hurt all of your friends. Are you showing mercy to an enemy?
That wasn't me though. I'm not this. I can't be this person.
This is everything that I hated about myself. I can't do this. No, I walk right up to him and stop. Look at me.
The warden looks up and and you can feel fear emanating off the warden.
So much for your stupid plan, huh? You know all this, you did all this one big entire game, but you weren't expecting it to end like this, were you?
Yeah. You feel like this, like the warden has been broken, like emotionally. It's just kind of whimpering and babbling at this point.
Your punishment should be worse than any death, and any creature, or any spell, or any weapon, or any physical or emotional. It should be worse than any of that. You should be burning in the farthest hell beyond anything that we know of. I should kill you right now, but something's preventing me from doing it. And even though this can't be real to me, but there's still something that tells me I should right here right now. Sigh. I can't be this person. If I was this person, they all should have been dead. If I was this person, I wouldn't be happy. It's a means to an end. It's an end to a story that shouldn't happen. It's an end that never should have existed. I drop the sword. I can't.
You hear a whisper coming from behind your ear. Then you're weak.
No.
You feel a sharp pain in your chest.
You think I'm weak? I have more strength than even you can't possibly realize. I will never give in to this. I can't. Startled wake up sound.
You wake up in a cold sweat.
Heavy breathing.
Sorry, Jacob, everything alright, buddy?
Ugh. Yeah, just. He gets up and quickly looks around.
Cross? Everything okay?
I look down at my hand briefly. Cross begins to mutter to himself.
Alright, who was it this? Alright, who was it this time?
Calm down, buddy.
No, it's Psy.
Just tell us what happened.
I pause and look over at TOON, then I just look away, because I already know the answer. I wish I could say that was the worst of them. Every single morning it's the same thing, but this is. Sigh. I'll be fine. I'd
struggle to get out of bed.
I'll be fine. If I can handle one, I can handle them all, right?
Hey, look, Cross. It doesn't hurt to ask for help.
Yeah, we're all a team here. If something's bothering you, we can help you solve it.
Are we really that much of a team?
Yes.
Look.
I believe we.
I am here, sweetie. I am just listening very intently. This is
Just checking. You usually have peanut gallery at this point.
Yeah, I do have peanut gallery at this point. This is
Alright.
This is a lot to take in all at once. I admit I wasn't expecting half of what came up here.
Look, Cross, that's because... Look, remember the conversation I had with you about the Honor Brigade? Just because I was the most creative doesn't make me any more important than the guy who can hit really hard, the weapons crafter, the tinkerer, or the guy who can work his way around most terrains with ease. Like, you're one of two people who are able to fight at a distance exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And each one of us, when we're basically in the zone, fighting, we all have a task. Like Owen, assuming he's still sleeping. Like, first thing he does, cast prayer. Ivan, first thing you do, play Song of Courage. That way we're all buffed up. Faye, the first thing she would do, either cast Magic Missile or cast the Despair? Crushing Despair.
Crushing Despair.
Thank you. Crushing Despair on the opponent to give us a better chance. Like,
I should have ended all of you.
What?
I should never have let you suffer like that. No, it's... I should have killed you all like I killed them.
Cross, sit
I take a small step back. Like, Cross, what are you talking about?
You're not telling us everything, are you?
No one should have to suffer like that again.
Cross, calm down. Come on. Everything will be fine. Just take a deep breath.
Sit on the bed, take a deep breath, just calm down, okay?
All the suffering, it was my fault.
Is this about what happened in the dream?
It was more than just a dream. It was what I wanted. The notion I've lived to see the end of that. I should be the only one. I should be the only one that has to burden that. I should be.
Ivan, I suggest you play the Song of the Sun.
I was actually going to, yeah. Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, roll a performance check. That is my favorite song after all.
Why are you sleepy?
Oh yeah, I'm still sleeping.
We're sleeping and on the other side of the bloody inn.
I love the fact that I'm snoring very loudly and this is not disturbing Faye.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
No.
That's assuming that Faye is asleep.
Oh, there's Jimmy. I was like, where the heck? It helps me out.
They deserve to know the truth. I can't do this anymore.
You want to discuss it at breakfast?
Yeah. Talk to us, buddy. We want to know. There's nothing you can't tell us that won't make us think any less of you.
I should never want to die.
Is this about what happened to your company?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Come here.
It shouldn't be.
I go over there and hug Cross.
Bring it in, buddy.
Owen, please come in here. I know
I'm just standing here folding my arms, thank you.
Owen, Owen, it would help Cross.
Come on, he needs a little emotional support. Come on.
It should have been me. It should have been me.
Okay, I do have something to say here.
Oh, this should be good.
I'm scared.
I intentionally let my guard down in regards to Cross last night.
Sweet dreams!
I had informed the GM between sessions that was what Owen was going to do. And this is what had turned out.
Yeah,
You
I didn't try to sell that
devils.
comment. I remember that, and I'm like, oh, what is this? Oh, there it is.
Well, how do you feel? How do you feel about that now?
The fact that it turned out quite like that, it's impressive. I will admit.
Look, John took full advantage of that.
That was. Oh gosh, I love you guys. Okay.
Okay, anyway, in-game mode.
Back on track.
Okay, back to the game.
So yes, this is Owen actually.
Feeling guilty?
No, not feeling guilty. It's more that Owen would have been watching from a distance as to what was happening in the dream and waiting to see whether Cross would have been asking for help, which he didn't. So,
Did he even?
at this
He
point-
didn't even attempt a will save, did he?
No, Cross didn't even attempt to wake up from the dream. Cross just let things play out. And Cross didn't attempt to ask for help either. So Owen is still standing there, arms folded. And he's wondering if Cross has actually learned anything other than, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It's more that he still won't ask for help.
On that note, light creaks through the windows. It is now dawn.
Cross, everything. Like, let's discuss this over. Let's discuss this over breakfast. Like, clear head, hot tea.
Yeah, take a rest, relax for a little bit.
Actually, now that I think about it, Hero's Feast would be. I looked at Owen. Hero's Feast, please.
I heard food. What? Ow, head.
Okay,
head.
so you noticed that you actually woke up on the floor.
Ow.
I'm looking down at her. So, have we learned anything?
Not so loud.
Aww.
Oh, DM question. For those who were kind of damaged in the first battle, are we all healed up?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. But you sit, Rose. You see Jaminia standing in the middle of the road, and she's putting her hand up.
Okay, I assume she wishes me to be still and silent, so...
Then she walks into the room, and she motions for you to follow her.
Doing so. If I can fit,
Is
can you
everybody-
scooch over a bit?
Is everyone sober?
Shut up,
Someone needs
Faye.
some water.
This is why I stick to drinking nectars and juice.
I ordered water when I was at the bar.
I needed something stiff, okay? I've had a rough few days.
Does anyone
I'm sure I
have
speak for everybody, but I've had my own personal trouble, and I don't want to talk about it.
All right. Well, there's something that I do want to talk about. It's something serious and something a little frivolous. I've been thinking about this for a while, and it needs to be said. We're all in agreement that Simula is not keeping the child, right?
What?
I thought that was obvious. You honestly think she'd care about a child?
You mean that she wouldn't take care of it?
Yes. I don't like the idea of taking a child away from her own mother. However, I don't need to say that Simula would either be abusive or would use the child for her own ends.
Very well.
I don't like it, but that's the situation as I see it. We can also not put up the child for adoption. He or she would not only be taken advantage of with the royal blood, but they would also be a tiefling. They would be targeted. So, I've been thinking. So, in all of this, I think it's probably best that we keep the child with us.
Very well.
How could we possibly, though?
As soon as we get me back on my throne, I can use personal funds. It's like technically they would be family. However, there is one thing. It's embarrassing to think about, but given the circumstances and what I just said, this should be done sooner rather than later.
What do you mean?
We should probably think of baby names.
Oh, I immediately raised my head up. Could I be a godmother?
I mean, if we are going to take the child, might as well start thinking about names at this point. And come on, we're thinking about baby names. It's fun, right? You know, haven't had girl talk in a while.
I
Girl
like
talk?
Drake.
I'm sorry, is it your
Listen,
time?
please.
I'm confused. What, it's your time of the month or something? What's girl talk?
Oh,
It's
I'm
what
sorry.
we're doing right now.
It's a thing in humanoid culture. Together, talk about men, talk about love, talk about children and futures, and typically men are not present for such things.
Why not? I would think they'd have a say in it.
It's complicated.
Simply put, sometimes females wish the company of other females. It's as if females selecting a mate, almost, I suppose would be a comparison.
That is certainly not a topic I am interested in discussing.
I'm simply trying to make it clear.
Well, we're not. Well, it's similar yet different. But so, any suggestions for baby names?
I like Draco for a boy.
That's like naming a dog, isn't it? Like,
No. Sorry. My head hurts. I'm not thinking clear.
I'm sorry. This is a heavy thing to put on you all in the morning, but it's just I've had a lot of time to think about this.
I hand a flask to Amber.
Ooh, chugs. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What about the name Duvain? Duvain means Duvain. It means beautiful darkness in Elvish.
oh, that's nice.
That's a pretty name.
Act, I suppose.
Why? You're in the other room.
At this point, we don't know what. At this point, we don't know if the child is a male or female.
Duvain is a gender-neutral name.
We also don't know how many is in the litter.
Litter?
Oh, does your kind? Do tieflings are capable of having more than one?
Oh,
Honey,
Yeah,
she's a twin.
So she raises her hand and just kind of lowers it, but I don't know.
Well, you yourself and your sister are twins. At the very least, of the litters we know about, we know the average size is 2.
I mean, dragons can have
yes.
multiple eggs.
Yes, but I'm not sure if we're the exception or the rule.
Exactly.
prefer
Which is
to-
why we can make no assumption as to the number we can be expecting here.
oh, mercy.
Well, I do love your idea, Faithful, but I do have suggestions of my own. I was thinking of Viren if it's a boy, and Hana if it's a girl.
What do they mean?
Yeah, what do they mean?
Viren means hero, and Hana means mercy.
Very symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
Very ironic.
Symbolic and ironic.
I choose to believe symbolic.
Any other suggestions?
Well, I suppose Ivan is a good ring to it.
Hello.
Sorry, something I said?
I think you should say that for your children.
But no. I mean, the girl could easily be named Faethura too. That's a pretty name. Just saying. Derailing conversation. Coughing.
I don't. Oh, having children.
What?
What? It's a natural. What? It's a very natural thing, Rose.
Yeah, it's a very natural thing that I'm not a fan of for myself anyway. I have no intention of increasing the humanoid population on the planet.
I'm still young.
That's fair.
Not sure if I'm ready for a
that's
hatchery yet.
Listen, Rose. You're you, and you act like you. Could you not have a child that does the same things as you?
I would not trust it. I don't trust myself. Let alone mixing blood with another. No, thank you.
I tilt my head at Rose.
I understand the concept. Shiloh himself is a father. It's just not for me.
Well, I do hope that whoever the child is, and whatever we decide to name and however they decide to act, whatever the hopes, loves, fears, and dreams are, I hope we can set them on the right path.
I know my mother wishes nothing more than that for me. If I can help
And
a
I do
child.
and to be honest, I kind of do want all of you involved.
Involved?
Even me?
Well, yes. I've grown to admire so many things out of all of you, and the thing is that this is kind of embarrassing to say, but at this point, you're all like family to me.
Oh!
And-
I pulled Jim into a hug.
Yes, and if you continue to let me be sappy, I do want the family to be present in the child's life.
I'd be happy to. I'm so honored.
I need time to process this.
I understand. It's very early in the morning, and this is kind of a big load to drop on you, but it's something I did want to say. Now, how about we go to dinner? Everyone who is in the male's room, roll listen checks.
Listen checks.
Yep, got it.
Or
Yeah.
girlish giggling, I assume.
Let's see.
It's like to see if they heard anything through the wall. If they were
Eavesdropping.
listening in.
Nope.
Oh, we got 26 on
Ivan.
Ivan.
Owen.
Give me a moment. I'm looking it up. I don't have that good of a listen check.
Did better than me.
Oh, you didn't do too bad. Did better than Joe.
It's like all of it. It's most of you caught the gist of what they were talking about. And then yes, Ivan heard most of it, and yeah, it's so. What do you all think?
It's like I put my ear to the wall.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
It's like you're a lot of you heard mumbling, but yeah, a lot of you caught what they were talking about.
Guys, we're gonna be a family!
aren't we all ready?
Aww.
Well, we didn't think we'd be ready for teamwork, but we are now.
Family that lives together, fights together.
Both of you, I swear, both of you are like children, but I can't help but find that amusing. Both remind me of my previous team members. You especially, Jailer Om.
Really? Which one do I remind you of?
Silly. He was the big one.
Serenity.
No.
You remind me of your wife?
No, Sylvie. Sylvie was the big guy. He was, he didn't say much, but when he did, it was something. He was always the most enthusiastic about it. Never quite could realize why no girl liked him though. And he kinda winks at Jailer Om.
What about me?
Seriously you two, it's as if it's as clear as day with both of you.
Oh, with me and Faye?
Nah, I was mostly looking at Ivan on that.
Oh, okay.
So who do I remind you of?
Let's see. Good. I saw that. Lithara, actually. Lithara was a very bright soul. You could never get him down, even if it was a rainy day, he would never be upset, he would always find the positives in something. No matter what.
Well, if I'd say something, Ivan, you actually remind me a lot of Walsum.
Oh.
Yes, always eager to help, he was the comrade, everyone's friend.
Hey.
Aw, thanks, guys.
That's kinda how Dracus was.
And you actually, I know I'm not because you're a shifter, but you actually remind me a lot of Sylvester Cross. First guy I ever met, always the first one to help out help out in a bad situation.
Oh.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry.
I'll be honest, I've never actually had a party before. It's mostly just been me by myself. I'm a roaming gnome. So
Well,
A Roman na 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 na.
Mana.
All right. So you all head down for breakfast, eat your meals, and you all head back into the council room.
alrighty.
Hooray! Off to Laputa.